Hello. So this is my presentation on negotiation strategy for Innoventix and DataCore merger. And my name is Connor Hayes. So an intro to Innoventix. Innoventix is an enterprise software company with good financials and clients. Their goal is to expand into the AI realm. And their advantages, I would say, is they have strong power dynamics and influence on the structure of the merger. So, negotiation scenario overview. So, here's a little bit of an overview. So, a potential merger with Innoventix and DataCore. So, some shared objectives that they have is innovation and market competition. Complementary markets include enterprise cloud software with AI and data analytics. Some main challenges for these two are balancing between control and brand recognition. So some of the goals for Innoventix include these. So starting with the non-negotiables, we're going to go with a majority ownership and strategic control because they want to be in control of what goes on, and obviously they're the bigger company, so they want majority. And negotiables that they have is the access to the AI tech, shared governance frameworks, funding for R&D, and employee retention packages. So obviously they don't want their company to implode if too many people leave. So some goals for DataCore can be seen. The non-negotiables are recognition of leadership. They want to have some of their dudes at the top to still have some leadership in the brand, in their company. Brand identity, so they don't lose all of their customers that they've already had. And influence in the operations of AI, so they have control over how their AI that they're bringing over is used. And some of the negotiables that they're going to have, the equity share up for grabs. Obviously, they know they're not going to have the majority, but they want a decent chunk. Joints, R&D initiatives, and representation on the executive board. So the zone of possible agreement. So some of the equity splits are 60-40 or 70-30 in favor of Innoventix. Numbers-wise, this can be seen as 450 to 325 million or 550 to 250 million. Negotiables elements can be seen as joint funding of R&D, governance frameworks, employee retention, and leadership roles. Innoventix leverage. Obviously, they have better infrastructure, they have more clients, and their financial standing is much higher. So this is why they should have the advantage in the negotiation. So the best alternatives to a negotiated agreement. This can be seen for Innoventix. Reasons why they might go elsewhere and avoid the merger is to develop its own AI platform, which could cost around 60 to 90 million over 2 years, or they could partner with a different company with more of an AI startup for around 10 to 25 million. And for DataCore, they could either look for different investors or mergers that have higher financial risk and limited client access, or obviously they can just be independent. However, independent would make it a lot harder for them to be able to gain anything or to be able to grow. So some guiding principles. So obviously they want to maintain control while also sharing the governance in R&D and integration, focus on growth and innovation, and make easy operational transitions and maintain brand and client trust. Negotiation techniques. So integrative negotiation. So they would focus on mutual interests like innovation and growth. So they're both they're both negotiating things that they want together. And also interest-based negotiation. So they make the offers to the underlying drivers of DataCore visibility and talent protection. Bargaining tactics. So there's anchoring, which you'll start with a 70-30 equity split. Then this will allow them to work down to what they actually wanted it to be, which is more like a 65-35 or a 60-40. But you start higher, so then you start with a higher, so then you're like, oh yeah, this is what we want. And then they're like, I don't think this will work out for us. You'd be like, okay, fine, I'll lower it, even though you were already expecting something lower. You're just setting the bar higher. Or also, package deals is a very big thing. So you bundle equity, leadership roles, branding, etc. to allow trade-offs without giving up certain things. So like you add these different bundles and these different leadership rules into the agreement, so you don't have to give up the main things that you want. I think that's very important because you don't want to get rid of all the important things that you already have, or like that you know you need for your company to be great, and you're giving up just these little things. I think bundles are very important so that you keep people on and you're not losing a whole bunch of people, which is very important. So anticipated objections and responses. So an objection that could be said from DataCore, 50-50 is fair. Obviously, this would be fair, but Innoventix has better infrastructure and offers leadership and performance-based equity. So obviously, they're a bigger company, so it would just not be fair for Innoventix to share the same amount as DataCore, which is such a smaller company, leeching on to Innoventix. Another objection could be seen as, we might lose our brand identity. So a response to this is that they can start with a co-branding to start so people know who we are. I think that's also very important. So like the first couple months or like a year or two, you're co-branded so people know who you are, so you don't lose those customers that, like, if DataCore just falls off the face of the earth, they're like, where is DataCore? And then they see Innoventix only. They're like, I don't know this company, so why would I come over here? But if you have the merger and you have both of the names there, it's so you don't lose their identity and you keep those customers as well, which could be very beneficial. And the last objection I have is our team may get overshadowed. And a great way to look at this is we will have workforce integration plans and retention incentives. So this will make it so they'll come over, they won't get overshadowed, and most likely, hopefully, everybody kind of stays on and works together instead of gets pushed to the side and looked at differently. So here's a little role play dialogue between the two reps of each company when they were trying to negotiate. So at Innoventix rep, we appreciate the creativity that your AI platform provides. In line with our suggested 70-30 equity split, Innoventix will maintain strategic control while DataCore leads AI integration. I see where you are coming from, but we believe that our technology drives a lot of the potential value, so a 50-50 split feels fairer. I respect that, and I do believe that your technology is very important. We have such a great infrastructure and enterprise distribution channels that make the foundation of all the market access. So what if instead we do a 65-35 split and give you the leadership over the analytics division? I feel like we are getting closer, but I still have concerns regarding our brand identity post-merger. We have a lot of recognition with the AI circles. I understand that, so we can do a co-branding for the first 18 months and present the AI-driven solutions with the name Innoventix DataCore Technologies. This is so your brand is still out there, when we are trying to leverage our global network. That sounds very good. However, we are also scared of being pushed to the side after the integration. I understand that. So we plan to keep key data core personnel and then also want to have a joint innovation council so both teams drive future product roadmaps. I really like that. One last thing I have is, how do we have fairness with your majority ownership? We can make a governance board that has equal voting rights on innovations. We will still oversee the financial and operational strategy, but the innovation decisions will be managed by both of us. That sounds very good to us. I believe we can make this work. That sounds great. We will draft up a revised term sheet and we will talk to you soon. So, in conclusion, for a successful merger between these two, I think there needs to be a strategic control and collaboration between them. Overall, I feel like this is a fair merger and helps both companies grow and become stronger as one. So, and then looking towards next steps, I think you need to finalize the term sheet, confirm governance structure, announce the co-branded AI solution, and create shared values while maintaining Innoventic's market dominance. Thank you. That's all.